it wide open. Flashing in the gray, but I'm the damn coach. White man, small, tall figures, y'all, tall. You know, then y'all, white man, y'all.
All right, RVA, let's keep the momentum rolling because we have so much more hardware to hand out. Next up, Youth Team of the Year. This award celebrates teams that showed up early, stayed late, and played for each other every step of the way. Through hard work, grit, and real teamwork, these young athletes rose to every moment, proving that the future of RVA sports is in very good hands.
Yes, it is. Here are the finalists for Youth Team of the Year. Our first team repeated again as state champions despite having a new-ish head coach. Kurt Von Bargen had been an assistant for years but didn't miss a beat in taking over for Greg Lilly, guiding the cadets to another state title, avenging a regular season loss to their arch rivals from Trinity Episcopal in the process. Our first nominee, Benedictine Cadets football. Our second team wasn't satisfied with back-to-back or three-peat titles. They won their fifth straight state title this past year with an undefeated 18-0 season. They won not only the Virginia Independent Schools title, but also the League of Independent Schools championship as well. Our second nominee, Collegiate Girls Tennis. Next up, another state champion that finished 27-2, including wins over nationally ranked teams. They won their district, region, and state titles and finished the season ranked 25th in the country by both ESPN and MaxPreps. Our third nominee, Manchester Girls Basketball. Finally, another state champion with a history-making season. They became the first team in a generation to win a title at their school and did so with a perfect 24-0 record. They won their third straight regional title along the way, were ranked as the #1 public school program in the state, and outscored their opponents 166-23. Our final nominee, Midlothian Softball. That's a lot of winning. That's an awful lot of winning. And one of them has one more thing to win. To announce the Youth Team of the Year, please welcome Sarah Douglas, Director of Private Events for the Altria Theater.
Thank you, Lane. This award recognizes youth teams who not only achieved success on the field, but who also represented the heart, pride, and values of the RVA community. These athletes committed their time, talent, and energy to their sport learning lessons that extended far beyond the scoreboard. Please join me in applauding all of our finalists. Youth sports matter so much, and now the 2026 Youth Team of the Year is Midlothian High School Softball.
Fresher than my mom, click, 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 click. As I look around, they don't do it like my click, 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 click. And all these bad men, they want the.
What an amazing honor. Just to be listed with these teams is completely an honor for us. I just want to thank everyone who voted for us online, the folks who selected us for this award. What an amazing ride last season was. Our team expected to be great every day. They expected to win every game. They knew if they didn't get the job done, their teammate would. They truly embodied the quote, "It's amazing what happens when no one cares who gets the credit." Thank you to our phenomenal coaching staff, to the community who came out to support us, the parents who do so much for our program. Thank Thank you to the alumni who created the foundation for this championship season. I personally was very blessed to just be a part of this program. The team that represents their community, their family, and their school with class and pride. Thank you so much for this incredible honor.
Anytime you go undefeated, that's pretty good.
It is. It is.
Even if it's 1-0, it's still pretty good. 1-0 each week. Earlier, we took a look back at some of the athletes and moments that have made the RVA Sports Awards so special. Now we're going to rewind back to the moment the spotlight was on the next generation. Young athletes who weren't just winning games, but were setting the standard for RVA sports.
The winner is Isaac Lamprick, triathlete, New Kent High School.
To paraphrase one of my favorite TV characters, Danny Rojas, sport is life. Sport demonstrates the value of success and failure. It creates a desire to strive constantly towards bigger goals. Thank you.
And seeing those past youth athletes in action, it really shows you what it means to chase your dreams and leave absolutely everything out on the field.
And during this 5th anniversary celebration, it's only right that we recognize the athletes who represent what's next. The Youth Athlete of the Year award honors a young competitor who showed poise beyond their years, passion in every play, and the drive to be great on and off the field. Let's meet the nominees.
Our first nominee led his team to another appearance in their state title game and is a first-team All-Metro selection. He had over 600 yards receiving and scored 9 touchdowns while averaging over 24 yards per catch and scoring on multiple punt and kickoff returns. He also set the high school career receiving record in the RVA with well over 3,000 career yards. He will head to Blacksburg next year to play for the Hokies. From Trinity Episcopal, Davion Brown. Our second nominee is doing her best Katie Ledecky impression every time she gets in the water. She's a 2-time All-Metro Swimmer of the Year and won 4 state championships this past season in the 100 butterfly and backstroke, as well as the 200 medley and 400 freestyle relays. Her success has led her team to back-to-back state championships as well, and she won 7 different titles at the Virginia Senior Championships. From Monacan, Emerson Callis. Our next nominee was nearly perfect in leading her team to an undefeated season and state championship, their first in a generation. She was 19-0 in the circle with a 1.07 ERA with 171 strikeouts in just 126 innings. At the plate, she hit .384 for the season and knocked in the game-winning run in the state championship. She is currently playing for the Florida State Seminoles. From Midlothian, Marley Gaskell. Our final nominee was rated as the #2 overall football prospect in the state of Virginia and rarely came off the field. As an offensive lineman, he's regarded as one of the best in the country and could start for many teams as a defensive lineman as well. He also averages double figures in both points and rebounds in basketball. He's headed to South Carolina this fall. From St. Christopher's, Darius Gray.
To announce our Youth Athlete of the Year and help us continue to celebrate 5 years of RVA Sports Excellence, please welcome my colleague from the paper, Ken Henry, Vice President of Sales, Richmond Times-Dispatch, Virginia Video Network, and Lee Enterprises, Virginia.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. The Richmond Times-Dispatch, Virginia Video Network, and Lee Enterprises have been proud to celebrate athlete stories and moments that shape the Richmond region. The Youth Athlete of the Year Award recognizes young leaders who compete with discipline, determination, heart, athletes who, discipline, determination, heart, athletes who represent the future of RVA sports and the values that have defined this award the values that have defined this award show since day one. And now the 2026 Athlete of the Year is Emercy Callis.
Sorry. I would really want to start by thanking everyone who voted for me for this award. I really appreciate everyone's support, and it really does mean the world to me. I want to send the biggest thank you to my mom, my dad, and my brother Connor, as well as the rest of my family, for being my biggest fans and constantly showing me support through every step of my swimming career. My family is really the backbone of my accomplishments in this sport, and I wouldn't have achieved a single one of them without them. And then obviously, I want to thank my coach John and my teammates on Quest for always pushing me towards my goals and reminding me that I can achieve so much more. And a huge shout out to the amazing girls team at Monacan for keeping the sport fun and consistently showing up to succeed. I truly wouldn't be here without any of these people, and I'm forever grateful. Thank you to Miss Smithson for nominating me for this award, and then thank you again to everyone who gave me this amazing opportunity.
Congratulations once again.
We celebrate the athletes, we celebrate the coaches, but for our 5th year, we are celebrating the people who make the noise, the ones that show up, buy the gear, and bring energy every single game.
Today, we proudly present the Face of the Year, the Fan of the Year award presented by Techno Branded Swag, honoring an unsung hero who proves RVA sports don't just happen on the field, they're powered from the stands.
Our first nominees help not just cheer runners on in Richmond, but get them to the races they've only been watching. They are perennial winners of the Community Spirit Contest at the Richmond Marathon and have a huge presence at the Monument Avenue 10K, the Marathon and Half Marathon, anywhere you find runners crossing area roads. From We Off the Couch and the November Project, Lance Brown and Anthony Clary. Our next nominee is a super fan of collegiate athletics, and with good reason. She's been transporting Cougar teams to their games and contests for years, and is always present at every home game. She's not just a fixture in the stands, but in the senior day photos for individual athletes and Cougar teams as well. From the collegiate school, Carolina Cano. Our third nominee has his own bobblehead and was named the Flying Squirrels superfan for his unwavering support of baseball and RVA. By his own account, he's missed less than 20 games in the history of the Squirrels' stay at the Diamond, and plans on being omnipresent at the new CarMax Park this fall as well. From the Flying Squirrels, Ray Edwards. Our final nominee has sports collectibles and paraphernalia from decades of competition in the Commonwealth. He's given talks, put on displays, and written books all about sports in Virginia and the legends that have been carried on from generation to generation. Chances are, if you can remember it, he's got something from it. Super collector Ron Pomfrey.
And to help us present this year's Fan of the Year award is Will Winston, president of Techno Branded Swag.
Hello, RVA. Today we celebrate the people who make sports come alive, the fans. The ones who cheer, show up, and bring the energy that turns every game into a home field advantage. The Fan of the Year award honors someone whose passion and loyalty inspire athletes, coaches, and the entire community. And now, let's find out who takes home the 2026 Fan of the Year presented by Techno Branded Swag. The winner is Ron Pomfrey, Sports Super Collector.
I'm a superstar, yeah. I'm in the moment, man. Give me your autograph. Sign it right here on my heart. I'll be your groovy baby. Oh, 'cause you are my superstar, yeah. You're the moment, man. This is for you that I can't choose. You my number one. Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Give me one time. DJ I got my boots on the ground. Yeah.
Well, quite a surprise. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Techno for sponsoring this award, and also thank all you guys out there for your votes. Kelly, Mike, Ben, Rich, and all the guys at the drugstore. Special thanks to my son and daughter, Ginger and Ron, for supporting me throughout the years with this collecting illness that I have. From bubblegum cards to Major League uniforms, it's been quite a journey. Special thanks to Richmond for providing the old historic sports venues that we've attended. First of all, the Richmond Arena, which hosted the Southern Conference basketball tournaments every year, brought Jerry West's Hot Rod Hundley to town. Our Richmond City Stadium, which had our Gridiron Classics, the Tobacco Bowl, Pete Pihos and his Richmond Rebels, the Richmond Roadrunners, Saints, and the Mustangs. But my favorite, Old Parker Field on the Boulevard. Each spring, you got to skip school, go to the games, see Mickey Mantle brought his Yankees down to play out Richmond V's. I'd occasionally jump a fence, get a foul ball, running around getting autographs on the ball the rest of the game. I was truly living the dream, and I'm still living that dream today. Thank you, Richmond, for the many memories. Thank you, fans, for your votes. God bless you all.
I feel like I want to score an invite to that drugstore, whatever that was.
Well, my name was called, so I obviously go to that drugstore.
I want to find out what that's all about. Okay, we're still counting down to our moment of the year at the end of the program. Here is this year's third nominee.
They're off the turn in the Virginia Derby. American Promise clear by 3 as they head for the final furlong. American Promise has a 5-length lead, 100 yards to hold it. Now it's 6, and now it's 7. The Virginia Derby to American Promise.
When we come back, we give out the awards for Male and Female Athlete of the Year. The RVA Sports Awards are brought to you in part by Classic Party Rentals, Mosaic Interpreting Services, Paisley and Jade, Richmond Raceway, and La Marca.